Australians are Australia's finest asset, but the existing tax system has made Australian workers and the businesses they work for uncompetitive at home and around the world. Australian workers and businesses do not manufacture, by adding value to Australia's vast natural resources, the goods all Australians need. This must stop now. Now is the time for Liberty Tax to liberate Australian workers and the businesses they work for. Australian workers can stand tall against workers from around the world, but must have Liberty Tax to showcase to the world their excellence.
Hello, I'm Derek Smith, Chartered Accountant. I have 60 years knowledge and experience in business and tax.
Please see my video, Liberty Tax Can Save Australians' Homes and Businesses. Over the past 2 years, you and I have witnessed that our federal, state and territory politicians and parliaments are out of control and no longer represent the will of freedom-loving Australians. It's time for all Australians to demand Liberty Tax with the following 12-point plan for a freedom-loving life in a democratic Australia. 1. Leave the World Health Organisation and stop all funding. 2. Say no to a New World Order and stop all funding. 3. Existing tax on employment, businesses and the goods and services they produce, deducted from the prices of goods and services, to reduce these prices. 4. Federal government fully funded by every individual, business, entity, government paying 2 cents in the dollar on all spending and changes of ownership into, within and out of Australia, to enjoy the freedom and democracy of Australia. 5. All money of Australians, businesses, governments buying 40% more goods and services at the Liberty Tax reduced prices. 6. All Australians, businesses, governments with money to pay off debt and invest to buy back Australia. 7. Australian labour costs competitive against those of the other top 25 exporting nations. 8. Value added in Australia by Australians to the nation's vast resources in minerals, energy, rural and ocean produce. 9. Made in Australia competitive against and replacing made in other nations. 10. Wealth created in Australia by Australians to respect, uphold and protect our democracy. 11. All Australian parliaments and parliamentarians and judiciary to respect, uphold and protect the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution, 9th of July 1900 Act, and the referendums approved by Australians. 12. Australians flooding social media, demanding Liberty Tax as the will of freedom-loving Australians. Only Liberty Tax can deliver this 12-point plan for all Australians. The future of the people of the world is not one world government. It is independent, sovereign nations, each doing what they do best and trading freely to benefit all people in the world. Now is the time to have Liberty Tax made known to all Australians. Flood social media with "We demand Liberty Tax." We demand 1. Act to update the Liberty Tax model. 2. An act to implement Liberty Tax by no later than the 1st of July 2024. Our Australian government cannot go against the will of the people. Demand Liberty Tax from your Prime Minister. Derek Smith has authorised this video for release to all freedom-loving Australians.